the mic there, honey. Yeah, probably. Once you pop another Zen.
Yeah.
You dog. You're a dirty dog.
Yeah, I'm a dirty dog. I never did tell you about the fiasco I had at the airport, did I?
No.
Yeah, no. So I flew back from Kansas City a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've been burned by Ubers and Lyfts at the airport specifically.
Sure, they cancel.
They cancel. You wait for like 20 minutes. They don't show up.
Yeah.
It's like a mess.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going right in the taxi line. It's like $8 more.
Yeah.
They're right there. They're teed up, ready to go. I'm
Right.
a real New Yorker. I'm going to grab a cab.
Yeah.
All these pussies wait for their fucking Ubers.
Yeah.
Cabs are scary.
Yeah.
So I go to the cab line.
Right.
And, they have the guy who's queuing everybody up. And he's like,
Sure.
He's like, you over here, and there's a whole line.
By the way, it doesn't have to be that stressful.
They make it pretty stressful.
Yeah.
So I'm next or whatever. And he's like, that cat. He like points to the cab.
Yeah.
And I go, and the guy rolls down the window, and I'm like, I'm going to Sunnyside, Queens.
Yeah.
And I tell him the address, and he goes, and I was like, can you take me there?
Yeah.
And he like shrugs, and he's looking at his phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, I'm like, I'm just standing on the outside of the cab waiting to,
Right. Yeah.
And then he just looks at his phone, and he looks up, and then he just drives away. He just drives away.
Wow.
And I go, and then the guy who was queuing me up goes, did that guy just drive away?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. And he goes, did you tell him? Did you talk to him? And I said, yeah. So I'm going to Sunnyside, Queens. And he goes, and he drove away.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. And he goes, hold on. And then he stopped the guy from driving. He pulled the car over.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, come on, get in the car. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm not getting that guy's car down.
Yeah.
He drove away for me.
He drove away.
He hates my guts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what an uncomfortable ride that's gonna be.
Right. Yeah.
Forced to ferry me back to Sunnyside.
The guy won't take no for an answer.
And I go, I'm not getting in that cab, man.
Yeah.
He drove away from me and didn't say a fucking word to me.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, okay, all right. And so they put another family in that cab.
Yeah.
And then the next cab after that, he goes, you go to this cab. And the guy goes up, he's like, where are you going? And I was like, Sunnyside. And he was like, why you not go with that guy in front? Why you not go with the guy in front? And I go, he drove away from me, and the guy's yelling at the guy in the queue, and he's yelling at him. He goes, sir, take the guy to Sunnyside, take him to Queens. And he goes, why he gets to you can't pick. Why can't you can't take him? Why are you supposed to go with that guy? And he goes, put your thing in the back. And I put my thing in the back.
Yeah.
And then the cab driver gets in my face, and he goes, you don't tell that guy anything. You don't tell that guy anything. I grab my bag, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a fucking Uber. I'm gonna get an Uber. I'm not getting in your car. Fuck all of this.
Wow.
And I walk away, which it felt really defiant, but it's also a really embarrassing moment of defiance. Being like, "Oh, get an Uber." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I just felt like the biggest bitch. But it was crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
Wow.
The cab driver's screaming at me.
Well, they're all buddies. They're all friends. So you disrespected.
You don't tell that guy anything. I didn't. What do you mean? He drove away from me. I mean, it was insane.
That's
I
nuts.
was like, this is just the craziest business model.
Wow.
It was the craziest business model on earth.
Then you had to do the lamest thing ever. You go,
Yeah. I'll get an Uber.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Type your fucking password in.
Yeah, exactly. You wait there for 17 minutes. Get
Just
an Uber.
stewing.
Yeah,
stewing on what
I was
happened.
so pissed. I made a
That's
big
insane,
scene.
Joe.
It was crazy, And I was wondering, I was like, why did they not want to take me to Queens? And I think they want to get these people who are trying to go to Manhattan because they could charge them way more money.
Yes.
And for
It's like a 10-minute drive.
it's a 10-minute drive for us. So it's
and they
like,
sat in line. They sat in
they
that big
wait in line for like 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
they want to make each one worth it.
Right.
But they're not allowed to choose.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
They're supposed to
choose.
just get the next person.
And we're anti-choice. We're an anti-choice body.
Yeah, we always have been, and that's our choice.
That's
I
our
don't
choice.
think there's anything wrong with that.
No, yeah. No, but I've taken a cab once or twice. I've never hailed a cab myself.
You ever? I've tried. This is embarrassing. My parents
That's
came to New York.
embarrassing,
I
too.
tried to hail one, and
Yeah.
it didn't work. And they go, "You're not a real
You're
New
not
Yorker.
gonna make it."
Yeah, you're not a real New Yorker.
Yeah. We didn't
I go,
change.
don't worry, Ron, Mom. I was like,
Yeah.
Cabby.
Your mom goes, good thing we didn't change your bedroom. Somebody's moving back.
He'll be back in no time. Yeah. So yeah, that was nuts.
Wow. So that was your experience with the cab. Jeez.
You don't talk to that guy. You don't say anything.
You don't say a word to him. not a word.
Yeah, he was like our super. I was like, well, you don't talk to me like this. I mean,
Right.
I don't have to get in your cab.
Yeah.
You know, not yet, at least. I don't know how the country's going to unfold. And, you know, well, you know, one day I may have to. one day
you might have
a
to.
pretty brutal, militant, fascist dictatorship. But at the moment, I have two options.
Yes, you have two options. Well,
Cab or Uber.
cab
or
or
Lyft.
Lyft.
Or Lyft.
I mean, come on.
Or you get Revel. But
Revel.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Right. I don't know who uses Revel.
I know. I think they became illegal because at least with the mopeds that they had around New York, everyone died in them. People were
is
like
that
getting
right?
hit by them. Oh yeah, like 20 people died in the year on
When
Revels.
Revel is you drive it yourself. Is that the?
No, the cars are just like Uber,
Mm-hmm.
but they have mopeds. They used to that you could just go rent.
Yeah.
and they'd be like on a curb like a bird scooter.
Yeah.
and you unlock them.
Oh, really?
And you take you have to pass a test before you can do one. I did it. I drove a few.
Really?
And you pass like a test, but it's really not enough. You get on it and you're like, okay, whoa.
Yeah.
You're like, I've never really driven something like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of giddy up and go to it. And there's a fucking drunk idiots on them and everything.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. One time I had a lady over, not to brag.
Nice.
And
it was the one time, yeah, right.
Yeah, one time. One time.
I remember
and
the
I've
one.
been dining out on this story for years.
I remember the time.
Yeah. But she lived like 10 minutes away.
And she went to a different school. And
She went to a different school. She was from Canada.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know her, so don't ask any more questions, please. So she lived like 10 minutes away, but it's a scary walk at night. It was late at night.
It's a bad walk up that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
To Astoria.
Oh, the bridge.
And she pulled up the Revel app.
Yeah.
I go, what are you doing? She goes, I think it's cheaper than Uber. It turns out, it was like going to be like $60.
Yeah.
And an Uber was like $10. I go, I don't know.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Let's say
I heard
39
use
cents.
Revel. It's
Yeah.
nuts. So I said, get the fuck out of my house.
Right. It sounds like you just wanted to bring up having had a girl over one night.
Yeah, well, that's the only person I ever knew that had ever attempted to use Revel before.
Right. She's also the only person you've known who's done a couple other things. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a lot of firsts.
Yeah,
right there.
it was a lot of firsts.
A lot of firsts, and someone you'll always remember. And that's
I'll never
that's
forget.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I wrote about it in my diary.
That's right. Well, Trent,
Joe.
should we tell the people listening at home, remind them perhaps of what the podcast is?
Yes, I would love nothing more than to remind the people, remind them what the podcast is about. Maybe they took a break, and now they're getting back into it. And they need a reminder, a fresh reminder.
Exactly.
So if this is your first time listening in a while, this is the Echo Chamber podcast with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where two comedians read the Wall Street Journal
Because one of us gets it for free from work. All right.
And would you like to give us a little rundown of the stories we'll be covering today, Joe?
Well, I can, although I only have two stories, so perhaps you should. You're going to kick us off here. So
Okay,
what do
well-
we got first?
Sure. Well, Joe, are you familiar with Walmart Plus?
No.
Well, they're stepping up at their battle with Prime.
Oh, great. Oh, good. Yeah. Sounds like it's making the world a better place.
Yes.
Well, Trent, we're also going to be hearing about Gen Z. We're going to dive back into Gen Z, what they do to party, a little bit different than what our generation did to party. Their parties now often include PowerPoint presentations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A little less alcohol, a little more PowerPoint.
Little less alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, that may be true in that case, but we'll get into it in a second after this story here. There's one security rule. I mean, there's multiple, but one at the airport that still perplexes many people.
Oh, what's that?
The little liquid bottles. How many can you have?
Couldn't even begin to tell you.
Yeah.
It was toothpaste to liquid. The world may never know. Yeah. Well, we're also going to be doing a bit of a deep dive today. A bit of a human story. Human interest piece here on the pod. We're going to hear about the troubled legacy of America's Chicken Dynasty. That's right, the Tyson family.
Oh, Tyson.
And it's very Succession-like, and we're going to hear all about four generations
really?
of Tyson
Chicken.
Tyson overlords.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
big personalities.
Sure, I can imagine.
That's
It
right.
takes a big personality to be in the chicken game.
To run a big chicken business.
Yes. And finally, in our final story, speaking of teens, these teens love to party, and they're pissing off a tiny Jersey Shore town. There's a teen night scandal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, my friend's dad lives on the shore. Maybe he knows about this.
Perhaps. Maybe we should call. Maybe you should call in.
Maybe he'll call in.
Yeah,
Call into the pod.
Maybe call in and we can weigh in on it.
That's right.
Well,
you
Joe,
want to kick us off,
I'll
Trent?
kick us off here. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Ah.
Walmart headline: Walmart Plus steps up to its battle with Prime.
Now, I've never heard of Walmart Plus.
I hadn't either.
But I
until
can
this
imagine
story.
what it is.
What do you think it is?
It's like an Amazon ripoff.
Pretty much.
You just order stuff.
I like
online.
that all these companies, their new thing is just add plus to the end.
Add plus to the end. Also, every company wants to be like every other company. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I was like, we got to do what Amazon's doing. We got to do what Netflix is doing.
Right.
YouTube's like, we got to do what TikTok's doing. TikTok's like, we got to do what Instagram's doing.
Yeah.
You know?
It used to be you had one thing you were good at,
Right.
and that's what you focused on. Now it's everything. You need an everything app.
The everything app.
The everything app.
One app to rule them all.
Well, members of Walmart Plus will soon get discounted meals at Burger King.
Oh.
The latest in a string of new benefits as the membership program chases its far larger rival, Amazon Prime.
I can only imagine the classy characters signing up for Walmart Plus to get their discount at Burger King.
Well, there's a lot of overlap. They love.
Yeah, I'm sure
they've done the research. They love Walmart and they love Burger King.
So some of America's most sophisticated citizens will be downloading the Walmart Plus app.
But did your local Walmart ever have a
Local Walmart.
Did your local favorite Walmart?
Family Walmart, yeah.
Did they ever have a McDonald's in there?
Well, no, but they had there was like a Domino's in it,
Oh.
and there was also a like hair salon inside of it and
Yeah.
a bank. The hair salon, my 5th grade teacher worked at in the summer,
jeez.
so she would be, my overlord
Yeah.
during the school year. And then that summer, I was free.
Yeah.
I'm a free man.
Yeah,
Summer,
sure.
I walk in and her bitch ass is doing somebody's hair in the Walmart, and I went, ha ha.
Like Nelson.
Like Nelson from The Simpsons.
Wow, isn't it so embarrassing when you see a teacher outside of school?
Yeah, is it more embarrassing for the teacher or for the student?
Probably more embarrassing for the teacher.
I would think so, especially if they're working a summer job
Yeah, at the Walmart.
and
hair
you're
salon.
buying a toy.
Yeah, you're having fun, and they're slaving away over some poor schlub's hair at
And
the
they gotta
Walmart.
clock back in to slave away with you
Yeah.
in 3 weeks.
Oh God. Jeez. My Walmart had a McDonald's.
Wow.
A big McDonald's and a big statue of Ronald McDonald.
Oh, that Ronald.
They had Ronald, a big statue you could sit on his lap.
Oh, yeah. And his cock
And-
would go up your ass.
Yeah, his cock would go up your ass in
Yeah.
like fantasies.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he has makeup on his cock.
in my drawings, he does. Walmart launched Walmart Plus in 2020, 15 years after Prime's introduction. Can you believe Prime has been around for 15 years? Boy, does time fly. Walmart promised.
Jesus Christ.
Walmart promised members free shipping on purchases and later free access to Paramount Plus.
It's all free. Everything's free.
A full price membership.
Free Burger King, free Paramount. Sign or die.
It's your funeral. Full price membership now costs $98 a year, while Prime's cost $139.
Their logo's a snake eating itself. Join or die.
Now Walmart is adding discounts at Burger King, a chain that is popular with Walmart Plus members.
Oh, you don't say.
Walmart and other businesses with subscription models.
It's popular among the pigs that go to Walmart. They like to shovel up BK fucking...
have it your way. They like to have it your
They
way.
like to have it your way. Shovel.
Isn't it interesting, though? Now, I'm kind of rooting... Walmart, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, used to be the evil corporation.
Right.
Now I'm rooting for Walmart against Amazon Prime.
Now I'm like, they're tearing down Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you hate to see it go.
I know. I see things that people. There's like videos on TikToks of people like nostalgic over like 2005 Walmart experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm like, it was the most evil. It was the most evil corporation at that
and
time.
now an more evil corporation has taken over, and you're rooting for Walmart. They're the new mom and pop
Yeah, that was
shop.
an evil corporation that we understood.
Yeah.
A big
Right.
superstore.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Amazon, no one can actually wrap their head around what the business model is.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all invasive and evil, and we can't wrap our heads around it.
It stinks.
We want a familiar evil.
We want a familiar evil, and that's why I'm voting for the the Democratic nominee. Walmart and other businesses with subscription models have struggled with retention in recent years as competition has stiffened and prices for everyday necessities such as food has risen. They have faced established services that have already entrenched themselves in consumers' budgets, such as video streaming platform Netflix and e-commerce behemoth Amazon Prime's membership, which has more than 200 million members.
That's wild.
Well, guess how many Walmart Plus has?
10 million?
8 million.
Yeah. Close.
Not very good compared to
not
200 million.
200 million, it's almost over half the population of the United States.
Yeah. Well, it plateaued last year. It's not going up. Starting this week, Walmart Plus members will get 25% off all digital orders at Burger King, and beginning in September, a free Whopper once every 3 months.
They're really going all in on Burger King.
They love Burger King.
Yeah.
A free Whopper once every 3 months.
20% off on my digital order, Burger King. My digital BK.
Yeah. I'll have to download the BK app.
I'm a sniveling pig. I want to go buy an inflatable pool at Walmart and order a fucking Whopper delivered to my bedroom.
Amazon Prime earlier this year introduced free delivery of many restaurant meals through Grubhub.
Which is also seamless.
Which is also seamless.
Seamless is Grubhub. Grubhub is seamless.
Greamless.
Seamhub.
Seamhub.
Greamless. It's a nightmare.
Walmart Plus member demographics closely mirror those of overall Walmart shoppers, so offering discounts that appeal to those cohorts is important. Internal data showed members spend more than twice as much at fast food restaurants as the overall population.
They just shovel it in.
Yeah. And member surveys many cite Burger King as a favorite.
Oh my God. I just picture, like, who's the person that you're envisioning in your mind? I think we're all imagining the same people here.
Yeah. I mean, anybody in the Midwest is pretty...
If people who have Walmart Plus, it's weird. They looked at it and they spent about $100 per order at Burger King. They actually do meal prep for the week with Burger King. They do one big order on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that lasts them through about Thursday.
Oh, man. Now, Burger King used to be great, and they fucked it all up.
Is that right? I was never a big BK guy.
Oh, they used to have the great chicken nuggets.
Nuggets, right.
It's trash. It's pure trash.
Oh, they fucked it all up,
They fucked it all up. And I've been writing letters, and they don't seem to be working. Walmart is also working to improve the speed, accuracy, and quality of its online delivery services, which are key to the success of Walmart Plus, said Seth Dallaire, Walmart's chief revenue officer. Quote, delivery is core to the membership.
Yeah, I suppose so. So, yeah, they have these things that they've got to get right. Like, they've got their app, their delivery thing. We also read that article about the general managers at Walmart, and they're basically like the only competent people that work there.
Yeah.
So they shell out these huge salaries to be a general manager at Walmart. You make like $250,000 a year living in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
But it's because you have to, rule over about 170 retards. and you have to be you have to be king of the retards. And so they shell out big salaries. They're like, we just get one amazing person at their job to rule every Walmart, and staff everybody else $7 an hour,
but they're also, at least in my experience, there's like two. They may have the manager, but then there's also like two people actually working. The rest, it's all robots. That's all.
There's robots. There's some old people, deaf guys at the door.
Deaf guys at the door. Yeah.
Hello.
The greeter. Yeah. And they have to get the guy to push back the carts.
That's right. Yeah, that's a big job too. So, big company, hard to run. We're all rooting for them. We're rooting for them over Amazon. Yeah. That's for sure. I'll be signing up for Walmart Plus and enjoying a Whopper very soon. Well, Trent, nothing. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh.
Nothing says party to Gen Z quite like a 50-deck PowerPoint.
Oh.
Presentation parties trump beer pong and karaoke for some teens and 20-somethings. When Krishna Nair and her friends attended a recent dinner party, each guest was asked to bring a dish and an unexpected item, a PowerPoint slideshow. Now, my answer is no. Not going, not interested.
I don't even want to bring chips to a party, let alone make a PowerPoint.
I want to show up, freeload,
empty-handed,
and Irish goodbye.
Right.
Is that too much to ask for?
Yeah, I want to show up, get a full fucking plate of food.
Full plate of
not
chips.
Not talk to anybody and leave.
See my ex-girlfriend, walk into the other room.
Yeah.
And then go, you know what?
I'm going to my phone.
I'm going to crawl out the window in the bathroom. Yeah. That's how I like to go to a party.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him, let alone make a presentation.
Yeah. Here's my thumb drive.
Ugh.
Here's my casserole and my thumb drive. Well, Nair's group usually chills out by gossiping and playing games, not making formal presentations. Initially taken aback, she said she figured, quote, if it's not too much of a hassle to make brownies, it's not too much of a hassle to make a PowerPoint. Also, it is a hassle to make brownies.
It's a hassle to make brownies.
It's an unbelievable hassle to make brownies.
Right.
I'm going to bring it. Okay, so not only am I going to make it, then I'm going to bring a tray of brownies on the subway on a Friday night?
Yeah.
On a Friday night.
Chance.
Play the subways. Put it in the backseat of the car. What are you, crazy? I'm not making a PowerPoint. She did a 15-minute talk on what type of cookie each attendee was.
Good God.
Amy's a snickerdoodle.
Oh, my God.
Adam's a chocolate chunk. Phoebe is an M&M. M&M cookie. And everyone goes,
Well, this is what normal people do for fun, I suppose.
Nope. Nobody knows how to party anymore. It's crazy. Well, when most people think
I'd like to be a Chips Ahoy.
A Chips Ahoy.
Yeah.
Really? I prefer Oreo.
Oreo's good too.
But,
yes.
there's probably somebody else at the party.
Yeah. Gen Z party. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. When most people think of slideshows, dreaded work presentations or school projects may come to mind. But increasingly, Gen Z thinks party. 20-somethings and teens are throwing presentation parties where attendees make wacky, sometimes sexy slideshows based on themes. PowerPoint parties took off during the pandemic as a way for strangers to break the ice and hang out on Zoom. Give me a break. That just sounds like completely made up.
What the hell does that even mean?
Strangers to hang out and break the ice
on Zoom.
Who's entering a chat room with strangers and with a PowerPoint? People absolutely fucking lose their mind.
Idiotic.
This pandemic has broken everybody permanently.
That's what they say. They blame everything on the internet. I don't know if it's all that.
I don't know if it's true either. Well, TikTok and social media platforms are awash in PowerPoint party tributes. Recent topics racking up millions of views. Things from the Twilight Saga that give me the ick.
The Twilight
Saga.
Yes. The vampires and the werewolves. Yes.
Everyone as Shrek characters and predictions on how each friend will end up in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to smuggle in a pony keg. My friend would get drunk and jump on the table and it would smash,
Yeah.
Guy would light a cigarette in the middle of the girl's bedroom. What happened to that? My college experience was completely different.
Yeah.
But we were like the last wave of people that partied because I went to art school.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of people that I knew that were younger, like freshmen when I was a senior or whatever.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, after the last couple, us in the grade before us left, nobody threw a rager anymore. They were doing PowerPoint
Well,
parties.
I have a theory that it's people are afraid of being recorded and having their lives ruined.
Maybe. But you're making presentations about if I would fuck Princess Fiona or not.
Yeah, but that's something you can control. You're drunk.
Here's my theory. Here's my theory. With younger people now, all of their professional... They're gay. They're gay.
They're all gay.
and they do gay things. And
I guess that's fine.
And it's boring and it's gay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the real answer. But for the sake of the argument, all their professional lives have been basically work from home or remote, where work is mixed with leisure. and now their leisure is mixed with work. It's all the same all the time. So when you're drinking with your friends, you're doing a PowerPoint. When you're doing PowerPoints at work, you're on your phone, you're fucking playing Fortnite.
Yeah, when they're working, they're not making PowerPoints. They're not doing any. They're not doing their job.
Yeah.
But when they go out to party, they want to do their job.
Because what's missing from all of this is the old mantra of work hard, play hard.
Yes.
That was what people were saying when I was growing up. Is you fucking work your ass off during the week and then you get blackout on the weekends and steal a car or something. We'll get into that with the Tyson family.
Sure. All right. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a big departure from that. So here's one person. She said she loved seeing quirky topics her colleagues come up with, including how great of a store Buc-ee's is. Spoiler, the Texas-based supersized convenience store chain's crowning jewel is alarmingly clean bathrooms. For her
gives a fuck.
I know. Can you imagine a Saturday night to a PowerPoint about a fucking grocery store?
Oh, my God.
Shoot the place up.
It might make a PowerPoint about our Bud Dwyer and then blow my fucking brains out. You ever see that video, Joe?
Wait, what is it? Our Bud Dwyer?
Yeah. It's a politician who...
yeah. The guy has the bag.
yeah. He got a manila.
I knew I heard that name before. I have seen the video.
Stay back. That's what I go. I put the PowerPoint on. I go, stay back. Blow my fucking brains out. Ruin the...
It goes all over the...
brain matter all over the fucking TV.
All over the projector. Yeah. Wow.
There's a PowerPoint
He really
for you.
ended his presentation with a bang. Microsoft, as you'll not be surprised, is all for it.
Yeah.
They called the parties a
Fucking
perfect
evil
blend of
scumbags.
creativity and camaraderie. Not all parties rely on PowerPoint. Wow, that's refreshing to hear. Some use Google Slides or Canva.
Excel.
Yeah, Excel parties. I'm going to an Excel party later. I'm going to take microdose ketamine and go to an Excel party. I mean, these people, what has happened? What has happened? There's no excuse for this. And I get the idea of to do more constructive things rather than people are tired of sitting around and drinking and stuff like that. And I understand that.
Sure.
But I mean, that's why there's
got to be something.
There's
else.
got to be something better than Microsoft.
Some middle ground.
Some middle ground between Excel and PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And just chugging beer for no reason.
Yeah.
Instead of asking gifts for her birthday last year, Amber Smith, 27 of Des Moines, Iowa, asked 4 friends to prepare presentations on any topic.
I just buy you a fucking $100 gift?
I'm gonna buy a gun with 2 bullets. One for you and one for me. Yeah. Even with a month's notice, they struggled. A few days before the party with no presentations in sight, Smith, a clothing retailer and content creator, sounds like the most annoying person on
sounds
the
like
planet.
A fucking bitch.
Took to TikTok. Of course she took to TikTok. Do you know how hard it is to get your friends to do homework before you hang out? She said.
God.
Yeah, it is hard. Why are you doing this?
Kick this lady to the curb.
Her friends pulled through. One shared her passion for birthday freebies, such as discount jewelry make. This is a person that I'm not going to remain friends with for the next couple of years.
Insane.
If she's asking me to do this. And another one made a presentation about fucking bunt cakes.
Bunt cakes.
Another gave a presentation on gross-sounding food combinations. I mean, these people are grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Taylor Glass said Smith threatened to assign pre-made PowerPoint presentations to friends who showed up empty-handed, which motivated her to finish her own slide deck. People are crazy about the birthdays, too. That's a separate thing happening here, too, and the bachelor parties. The poor women that I know that have to go to these bachelorette parties, they have to make PowerPoints, they have to make a casserole, they have to build a fucking Michelangelan-type sculpture of a cock, of her husband's cock out of marble, and fucking fly that in 6 parts and assemble it.
Yeah, like the fucking Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, the Statue of Liberty. It comes in parts.
Yeah.
They check 7 bags filled with different pieces of her husband's cock, and they assemble them at the house. The birthday party,
right? Yeah.
And then they erect a giant fucking erection there, and it's too much. There's too much pressure they put on each other for these events.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
they can't be as hot as the bride.
They use their birthdays and bachelorette parties as an absolute hostage situation.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. I couldn't imagine one of my guy friends. Hey, you want to come over and do a PowerPoint?
Could you imagine me asking you to do anything for at all?
Yeah, anything at all.
Anything at all for my birthday.
Oh my god!
Hey, my birthday's Saturday night, and also
I would like you to make a PowerPoint.
It's golf themed, so keep that in mind. A lot of people are getting pretty creative with it. So. We'll be judging everybody by the end of the
Oh
night.
my God. I barely even want to ask people to come over.
No.
Yeah,
Quote,
it's embarrassing.
it felt like school where you have to prepare, bring everything, and then present it. At the end, we were grading it, she said.
Ugh.
Although...
What? Why do we make hell for ourselves?
We've made hell for ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, one person, although it was a good learning experience, quote, I don't even see how she
What
believes
could
that.
you possibly learn from that?
What did you learn from that? Your friend's an annoying bitch.
You need new friends, yeah.
She won't be accepting another PowerPoint party invite anytime soon. Quote, I want to see my friends, she said. I don't want to do homework beforehand.
Yeah. Oh, one reasonable person.
One
in the
reasonable
story.
person in a sea of
Evil
complete
pigs.
idiots. They should all fucking sign up for Walmart Plus and shove a fucking Whopper down their
shot
throats.
in the head.
That's my idea of a good time. Call me old school.
Wow. Well, Joe, this is from the Wall Street. Actually, you know what? Let's cut this one. You got a long one.
Yeah, all right.
This, speaking of teens, these are teens that party. These are teens that
Well,
party.
let's cut the rest of them. These are teens that party.
These are teens that party. One group of people in a tiny Jersey Shore town. Quote, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Headline, the teen night scandal rocking a tiny Jersey Shore town.
Well, see, Jersey's always been an outlier.
That's true.
Jersey is where
Yeah.
things never change in New Jersey.
That's true.
It's always been the same.
Yeah, that's
it's just
right.
the same kind of people have always been there.
You're right. And I like that.
I respect
it.
the
Yeah.
shit out of Jersey.
Right.
It used to be like people would say Jersey and you'd be like, we grew up in the Midwest and it just sounded like a shithole. And,
Yeah.
But now that I have come to live here, there is a fine trash to it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also, I respect everyone I've met from Jersey.
Yeah, I do too. Community decries adolescent mayhem. Quote, once the sun sets, it's a whole other scene.
My God, what are they doing?
Well, for decades, local clubs and restaurants near the famous Jersey Shore have hosted teen nights that offer the underage crowd the chance to party and dance without alcohol or the prying eyes of customers over 21.
Okay.
For the New Jersey borough of Beach Haven, the events have become a spur in the sandals. Before the summer rush, the town council voted 3-2 to ban teen nights, citing police concerns about hell-raising adolescents disturbing the vibe in this tiny family resort town.
Disturbing the vibe, more like making the vibe. Right?
Yeah.
Let the kids party. Don't make them go inside and make a fucking PowerPoint.
Yeah.
They're
After
gonna-
that story, I say let them give them booze for all I
Yeah,
care.
let them drink.
Yeah. The events themselves may be dry, but some attendees drink or smoke pot
Oh,
before they go.
marijuana pot?
Yeah. Marijuana pot.
Wow.
Wacky tobacco, they call it.
Yeah.
Local police chiefs James Markowski told the council,
Bullshit
quote,
job.
quote, I'm not against teen night. It had its place. It's just right now it's out of control, Markowski said. Michael Batista, Beach Haven's former mayor and the owner of the Marlin Bar and Restaurant, wants the town to go fly a kite.
Tell him to fly a kite.
The main host for the teen scene, Batista, sued the municipality in June, arguing the ban discriminates against underage patrons and violates their constitutional right to free speech.
Free speech and smoking pot.
He's also thumbing his nose at the town he ran for several years. The outlawed events are still running, albeit with a slight rebranding. Welcome to Soda Nights, which are technically open to all ages, even though it's mostly teens and the occasional parent who attends. Currently, he throws them 2 times a week, generally on days when the Marlin is less busy. He charges a $30 admission and hires a DJ.
So what are the kids doing that is so destructive and outrageous?
Well, after the party ends, they may be causing a big ruckus outside and publicly urinating,
Throwing
and
each other in the
having
bushes.
underage teen sex and
Underage teen sex. Got
underage
it.
teen sex.
It's sweeping the nation.
It's sweeping the nation. But this is a quote. They're just learning about being in a club, said Aaron Constantine, a.k.a. DJ Const.
Yo,
who
DJ
handles
Const.
the music. Patrons typically request, quote, throwbacks, she said, which means on these nights, pop songs from the early 2010s.
Play throwbacks. Play those old hits.
play a couple throwbacks.
We turn on the oldies station. We play Fun, Tonight We Are Young. We play
that might even be older.
New York State of Mind.
Yeah, New York State of Mind.
Yeah.
Airplanes in the night sky, like shooting stars.
Satellites.
Yeah. Fireflies. Owl City.
Fireflies.
Yo, fireflies. Fake fireflies.
Hey, Fireflies. Sounds like a fun night, man.
Yeah.
Playing some throwbacks.
Sure. Throwbacks.
Songs that I still think are like on the Billboard Top 40s.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The tussle comes as a number of Jersey Shore towns have rolled out teen curfews in response to complaints from business owners and residents about unruly teens. Some say adolescents are extra eager to gather and let off steam after pandemic isolation.
Give me
bullshit.
a break, dude.
Fuck
Jesus
off.
Christ.
The way local officials in Beach Haven portray it, they aren't cracking down on teenage fun like the town folk who banned dancing in the movie Footloose. They cite public concerns about fighting, public urination, and teens pilfering booze from shops.
But here's the thing. Footloose isn't what people in the 80s were doing either. That was a movie.
Right.
What people were doing in the 80s was pilfering booze and urinating publicly.
And fighting, getting in fights.
And getting in fights.
Yeah.
That's what they did when they were kids.
Right.
And here's my take on the pandemic. It's not that the kids they have to let it all out now.
Yes.
They're just doing what they've always done. And what happened was that old people got used to silence for 2 years.
Right.
And now they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
Well, this is just what's always been happening.
It's always been going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. The restaurateur acknowledges that rowdy teenage behavior has become a local headache, but said his events provide a supervised space that keeps kids out of trouble rather than aimlessly roaming the streets. Quote, "There's nothing for these kids to do," Batista said. "My grandmother used to say, the idle time is the devil's time."
Yeah. Everybody's grandma said the same thing.
He also thinks the teen night ban is personal, saying one council member voted in favor of it because Batista stopped allowing her to park her boat for free on his property. And because he previously didn't back her proposal for a town skate park. Another contends...
See, this is the thing with boomers. It's all, every decision they make policy-wise is like a personal vendetta or something.
Right.
Like, it has nothing to do with the well-being of the community.
Right. Another he contends was sore at Batista after he declined to endorse her run for mayor. And a third council member, Batista notes, previously defeated him in a race for a seat on the panel. Quote, "It's a political witch hunt," Batista
Of who wants to control a fucking beach town?
No, he's the guy who owns the bar that they're
Yeah.
trying to get the teen night shut down at. He used to be the mayor,
Oh, used to be the mayor.
and now he owns a bar. And he says,
Well-
"Let the teens have fun."
Oh, yeah, I agree. You know what I
Yeah.
say to those kids, if they're watching? I'm sure many of them are.
Yeah, we have a huge Jersey Shore
Yeah.
fan base. Yes.
In the words of a little band called the Beastie Boys,
Oh yes.
you got to fight for your right to
party.
And we've always said that here on the podcast.
We've always said that. Yeah,
We've
We're a
always
party
believed in that.
podcast.
Yeah. A big party podcast, yeah. And, I like to drink. Trent does not. He's more of a PowerPoint guy. But
I'm more of a, no, don't put that on me. I don't
you like
to drink.
soda night.
I like soda night.
Yeah.
I like to hang out with the teens at soda night. Is that so wrong?
You like soda?
Is
you
that
like,
illegal?
You don't smoke pot, but you like having teenage sex. Late night teenage sex. You've always liked that.
Yeah.
Well, for our final story on the podcast, we're going to go to the exchange section of the Wall Street Journal. And this is sort of a human, what are we calling it? A
Human interest piece.
human interest piece. So it was a little bit different tonally than some of the other things.
Sure.
A bit of a deep dive, but it's
Echo
fascinating.
chamber deep dive.
Echo chamber deep dive. This is the troubled legacy of America's chicken dynasty.
Oh.
Well, we're of course talking about the Tyson family.
Yeah.
4 generations of Tysons have held senior roles at the company that bears their name. Now succession at the $21 billion empire is in question as it works to address slumping sales. And this really is if you've seen Succession on HBO,
Yes.
this is truly an American real succession story.
Sure.
But as opposed to New York media moguls, this is Arkansas chicken.
Tyson Chicken.
And the personality difference you might expect is certainly in play here. So we're talking about Arkansas chicken dynasties
Right.
rather than New York media. Well, We're going to start with John Randall Tyson, who's the young gun. He's in his mid-30s. JRT.
Yeah.
And we may have covered him briefly on
it does sound
another
familiar.
podcast because he got in some trouble. So this is the young gun, and he's vying to be the new CEO to carry on the tradition of 3 generations before him of running the company. His father, his father's father, and his father's father's father.
For him.
That's right. Police spotted John Randall Tyson appearing to drive his SUV above the speed limit early in the morning of June 13th.
Oh, no.
Then making an improper turn and striking a curb. He smelled of, quote, intoxicants.
Whoa, intoxicants.
The authorities said, and his eyes were watery and bloodshot. His alcohol level tested at twice the legal limit, according to the arrest report. Now, I don't really know how bad that is, because the legal limit is like 2 beers. It's like having a little buzz going.
Sure.
So, sounds like he was 4 beers deep. Probably shouldn't have been driving, but
sure.
But he's also swerving and hitting a curb, so maybe it's too much.
Right. To me, sounds like a witch hunt.
I agree. So. After being pulled over, Tyson, 34 years old, told officers that he got into trouble and it would ruin the rest of my life, according to the report.
Yeah, I don't think that's a billionaire CEO of Tyson. I don't know if it would really ruin his life. They seem to get off kind of scot-free.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the next day, the company that his family had controlled for 89 years, Tyson Foods, suspended Tyson as chief financial officer. It had said that it hasn't said when or whether he will return to his role at the company, which employs 140,000 people and produces 1 out of every 5 pounds of chicken, beef, and pork sold in the U.S.
Oh, and boy, is it tasty.
Here's the thing, and this is why he was worried it was going to ruin his life.
Yes.
This wasn't his first arrest. Tyson also was booked in a county jail in November 2022 on charges of criminal trespassing and public intoxication.
Oh, no.
After a woman called the police when she found him asleep in her bed at her home near the University of Arkansas's campus in Fayetteville.
Jeez.
Tyson had been on a straight line path to one day presiding over the largest U.S. meatpacking company.
He's the chosen boy.
He's a chosen boy. He's a golden boy. Yeah. Weeks before his 2022 arrest, he had been named CFO at Tyson Foods, the $21 billion company founded by his great-grandfather.
Yes.
Inside and outside Tyson Foods, people saw JRT as a kinder and less fractious member of the company's founding family. He cut a different figure than his father, company chairman John H. Tyson.
JHT.
Yeah, JHT, seen as a mercurial leader with a volcanic temper.
Whoa.
His dad is a real hothead.
Wow.
My way or the highway.
Yeah.
And JRT is a lot more...
He's just
He's
schmoozing.
a people person.
Yeah.
And...
he's knocking them back. He's having fun.
Well,
he's waking up in strangers' beds.
yeah, that's true. Well, what both men shared, though, were problems with alcohol.
Oh.
That have...
One's a fun drunk, one's an angry drunk.
Yeah, exactly. That have trailed the Tysons for decades. John H. Tyson battled cocaine and alcohol addiction in the 80s and has spoken of finding sobriety in the early 90s. His father, Don Tyson, was famous in Arkansas for throwing lavish parties, at one point buying a hotel for such occasions, and was arrested over the years on drunk driving charges. The story of 4 generations of Tyson men spotlights the uncertain future of the company that fuels a large share of America's diet and agriculture economy. The company, with nearly $53 billion in annual sales, may find itself without a clear successor from the ranks of the family that has controlled it since its founding. See, the family exerts an unusual degree of control over the company, with 70% of the voting shares. So as a return, may not be out of the question for JRT. They want to get him back in if they can.
Yeah.
Because you got to keep it in the family.
Right.
But he's really got to stop flying off the rails.
Yeah.
The
You
leader
can't let a non-Tyson run Tyson Chicken.
No, I don't care how many beds he wakes up in, how many DUIs he gets. The leadership
Let him do
questions.
whatever the fuck he wants. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's my boy. He can do what he wants. Well, the leadership questions came as Tyson is in the midst of trying to turn around its enormous chicken business, which has struggled over the years with issues such as hatching enough chicks and an oversupply of chicken. So that's weird. So it's oversupply and undersupply, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, how does that work?
Well, one day you're undersupplied, you triple it, and then you got leftover chickens.
Whoa, we fucked up.
They're killing them just to kill them. They're not just burying them. Well, since the start of last year, it has said it plans to close or sell 10 of its U.S. plants to cut costs.
That's no good.
It also anticipates years of difficulties in its giant beef business as cattle prices balloon.
Yeah.
Well, Tyson Foods declined to comment for this article or make any Tyson family members available for interviews, following numerous detailed inquiries over several weeks. In the aftermath of JRT's 2022 arrest, the company spokesman said, "We remain focused on operational excellence, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, what they all say. Yeah.
Well, John W. Tyson,
Whoa.
JWT, in 1931, this is his great-grandfather, moved to Springdale, Arkansas, then a small town 20 miles from the future headquarters of Walmart in Bentonville.
Wow.
By 1935, he was hauling chickens from Arkansas to the Midwest.
Oh,
Great-granddaddy was a chicken hauler in the 30s, in the Great Depression. His son, Don, born in 1930, got his start at the company catching chickens when he was 14.
Catching them?
Running around catching them. I mean, it was a ragtag operation back in the 30s.
That's fun.
Don would catch them by wring their necks and throw them in the back of Grandpa's fucking truck, and they'd haul them up to Kansas City to sell them. So, by age 22, he officially joined Tyson as a general manager, and he had grand ambitions. Don pushed his father to develop Tyson's first processing plant, enabling the company to slaughter 120,000 chickens weekly.
Yeah.
He said, "Daddy, you gotta kill all of them. You gotta kill every chicken there is."
Slaughter them all.
His dad was like, "I don't know. I was just driving them up to the city to sell them." He's like, "No, Dad, you gotta think big.
You're leaving money on the table, you dumb son of a bitch."
Well, in 1967, Don was suddenly thrust into running the company after a train struck his father and killed him.
Oh my God! He got hit by a train.
So JWT hit by a train, dead. 1967. Don's
something doesn't add up about that.
Don's 37. Yeah, I think he might have been pushed.
Yeah.
Well, Don took over the company, and Tyson Foods grew to dominate the meat industry through Don's grow or die business philosophy.
That's all.
Grow or die.
That's all I subsisted on for years. Tyson chicken nuggets and Nachos Lunchables.
So Don's dad, the original guy, was like a Depression chicken wrangler.
Yeah.
But Don was the tycoon. Don was he's the grandfather of the company.
Yeah.
He made it. They helped McDonald's develop the chicken nugget in the 1980s.
Yes, and thank God for that.
Thank God for that. I mean, it's not really close to Burger King's old chicken nuggets, but
the old chicken nuggets are great now. They suck cock.
Yeah. During the 80s, the American diet turned toward chicken due to growing health concerns about other meats. Chicken surpassed pork in 1986 and beef a few years later.
Yeah, but isn't that interesting? Because if you cook chicken wrong,
you die. Yeah. But beef apparently can be eaten raw.
Yeah, it can be eaten raw.
So, I don't know. Like I say, had salmonella or something. I don't know. Well, Don came into office in a khaki uniform worn by the company's processing line employees. He designed his office to look like the Oval Office in the White House. I mean, this guy really thought he was running the world.
Yeah.
From his chicken place in Springdale.
Yeah, he was the cock of the walk.
He was the cock of the walk. He called it egg-shaped. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. By the 80s, Tyson Foods was the world's largest chicken provider. Don also liked to have a good time.
Sure, who doesn't?
They called him, he would also often do PowerPoint parties. Not quite. They called him Daddy Don.
Oh, yeah. All
right, and party goers in the region and some friends in the 1960s ran hotels in downtown Fayetteville. They liked to throw big parties. His license was suspended around that time after drunk driving arrests, and he was permanently suspended in 1987 for a DUI. So it's kind of wild to get that DUIs in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give people DUIs back then.
Yeah.
They pulled you over drunk. They go, "Damn it, Don.
Yeah.
Can you drive home?"
Yeah. Drive home, do it again, knock it off.
Yeah, exactly. So he got his license suspended in the 80s. That's saying something.
They had to make you dump out the beer in your
in
your cup holder.
He was probably falling out of the car. Well, Don packed his parties with musicians, sports figures, powerful politicians, including then Arkansas governor and former U.S. president Bill Clinton.
William Jefferson Clinton.
William J. Or WJC, as I call him. Yeah. So he threw these huge parties. In 1993, he threw a joint birthday party that included musicians like B.B. King and Ronnie Millsap.
Yeah, Ronnie Millsap.
Ronnie Millsap. And in the court transcripts, John said of his father, Don Tyson, "Dad's a serious business guy and a serious drinker. He does them both well." Well, as it should come to no surprise, Don was cut from the same cloth. John's son, Don, the father of the company and now chairman, went to law school, and John Don.
It's like Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Exactly. So Don was addicted to cocaine and alcohol in the 80s. He described the decade as foggy.
If you're a businessman in the 80s, you're not addicted to cocaine, you're not a businessman.
You're not a businessman. Well, he was the son of the company, really, at that point. In another large corporation, I wouldn't have been allowed to go back to work based on my past behavior, he said. But Tyson is no regular large company. Yeah. Everybody gets a fifth chance. You crashed your car into one of the plants.
Yeah.
You're still the CEO. Well, John said his last drink was in 1990, the same year that his son was born.
Wow.
At that time, he took his years to fully regain trust and responsibility within the company. And this is John. Oh, we were talking. Don was the grandpa. Sorry, John is there's three Johns and one Don.
Yeah. J-H-J-R.
John's the dad. He was addicted to alcohol in the 80s and cocaine.
Yeah.
So he took over the company. He expanded into like beef and pork and all that shit.
Sure.
And as he ran the company, he developed a reputation for volatility, sometimes yelling at company executives or advisors. So he would like explode.
Yeah.
Hothead.
He's hot.
John's a hothead.
Yeah.
At the Blessings Golf Club, which he opened in 2004 with Northwest Arkansas, he sometimes scolded members for wearing hats in the clubhouse. Take that fucking hat off! It's a clubhouse! Because Jesus.
See, I kind of like guys like that. I like a hothead. I like a guy who flies off the handle.
Because he doesn't drink anymore, so he has all this energy that he doesn't know what to do with. It just comes out. Well, John's strategy to make Tyson number one in every meet it ruffled some feathers, some chicken feathers, to say the least. Tensions reached a boiling point toward the end of his tenure when several executives demanded that Don Tyson, his dad, who remained a leading board member of the family-controlled company and patriarch, fire his eldest son as CEO. Don agreed. Friends and former executives say both men took the decision hard. Don described it to friends as the most difficult day of his life. After Don's death in 2011, following complications from liver cancer, it was solely John's company.
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. So Don died, and John said, well, now it's my company, so I'll do whatever the fuck I want. So he became chairman after that.
Yeah.
And they call him the chairman. That's how most people refer to him.
Yeah.
In the years since Don's death, John has brought his two children closer to the company. John Randall, who we talked about in the beginning.
JRT, yeah.
And his sister Olivia, who was irrelevant.
And his sister Olivia, who's a secretary.
She'll never come close to being the CEO, regardless of how many DUIs JR gets. So JR could just, like, his car could explode and kill a fucking children's hospital, and Olivia's still just
taking notes.
Yeah, exactly. In a 2020 interview with the executive research firm, John H. Tyson said his children could serve as on the company's board, work at Tyson Foods for a few years to be more knowledgeable board members, or attempt to win the described race to be CEO.
Whoa.
So it's really a modern day succession.
Yeah.
So the relationship between John and John Randall is always strained after John divorced his children's mother in the 1990s, to which I say, get over it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's divorced.
Everybody's parents got divorced.
Yeah,
I mean, what are you gonna? But maybe it was a bitter divorce.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, isn't every
knowing his dad, it sounds like there's a pretty heated argument.
That's true. He's a fly off the handle.
You bitch! You don't want to sacrifice. There's probably a lot of that.
Yeah, you're right.
So anyway, but Johnson, JR, the young man, the 34-year-old, is an interesting guy. He was like an all-star fucking, went to an Ivy League school, top of his class, but he was popular, he was likable, everybody liked him.
Yeah.
He won a culinary award for creating a liquidless rum and Coke cocktail.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. Ice?
Liquidless
It sounds like
Coke
fog and ice. I mean, if it's not liquid, it's got to be ice or steam, right? I don't know.
Jeez, I can't even
The
wrap my head around
futuristic cocktail. Well,
it's like powder.
after he created new types of cocktails and became valedictorian at fucking Harvard and all this shit and got his dick sucked by everyone, John Randall joined Tyson at age 29, and everyone goes, "Oh, he's the next."
Yeah.
He's gonna be like Don. We can get crazy hot John out of here.
Yeah.
And we got JR, the young gun, coming in. And John Randall is, a different departure from his dad. He helped lead an effort in sustainability to secure $61 million in funding from the U.S. Agricultural Department.
Oh, good.
In a project to reduce carbon emissions in beef and livestock fed production.
Yeah.
So John Randall's like, how do we take the global emissions out of this?
Sure.
To a degree. John Randall
pretend to.
Act like
exactly.
Yeah.
Not really
They're probably not doing
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, they've become
But
closer.
at least he's pretending, and that's all you can really ask for out of Rick C.
That's more than his dad's willing to do. But after the fall 2020 arrest in Fayetteville, he and the company tried to move on. He presented the company's quarterly earnings on a conference call with investors and apologized for his behavior a week after he was arrested. Quote, "I just want you guys to hear this directly from me and know that I'm committed to making sure this never happens again," he said on the call. In December, what happened was he attended a Christmas party. The following January, he pleaded guilty to public intox and criminal trespassing charges. Some in the industry felt that the fourth-generation family member was coming into his own, and he had come to be well-liked inside the company, known for being deliberate and personable. His 2022 arrest seemed out of character. Tyson's board wasn't aware of any substance issues that he may have had when he was hired, and they were basically willing to let it go. Mm-hmm. In fact, John Randall had been arrested twice before for alcohol-related arrests.
Sure.
In 2010 in his college years, but no one really considered that, legitimate. He was a college kid.
Yeah.
So those issues became unavoidable, however, following John Randall's arrest this June, when authorities said his blood alcohol level tested at 0.19. The next day, the company said he had been immediately suspended from his duties, and the company has not commented on the length of suspension or John Randall's future within the company. But before his latest arrest, when John Randall still looked like he was likely the successor, he was at center stage at an employee event in February. Backed with hype music and flashing lights, he outlined the company's business strategy and interviewed former University of Arkansas men's basketball coach Eric Musselman, about leadership lessons and dealing with negative press. At the event, as it was ending, John Randall joined his father and sister on stage with the CEO. "In good times and bad times," said King, the CEO, "the Tyson family has always been there."
Wow.
Bit of a human interest piece.
Sort of a human interest piece.
So will JR take the company?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
I would say yeah, but he may have to give up booze.
Like his dad give up the booze,
and turn to anger.
Turn to anger and volatility. And that's how you get ahead in this world.
And volcanic outbursts.
Yeah. Well, I think we need more angry guys that yell at people.
I don't know.
I think that's
they
lost.
really don't like his dad. They really want it to work for him.
That's why they. I think that's why everybody does a bad job now. They're not afraid of their boss.
Well, I think what they really need is somebody like Grandpa Don.
Yes.
Grandpa Don was probably very intimidating. Probably could get mad, but wasn't just known for getting mad.
Yeah, he's not flying. Maybe that's right. He's
also a big party animal.
Yeah.
People wanted to be close to him.
Sure.
They weren't afraid of him, but they were, intimidated by him.
Sure. That's what you need.
That's what you need.
Yeah,
and I think
you're right.
They like JR, but he's just one less DUI, and I think he's got it.
Well, we hope we're rooting for JR.
We're rooting for JR. We're rooting for Walmart. We're rooting for Tyson.
Walmart and Tyson Chicken. Because, God knows Amazon's going to have their own fucking chicken brand. They're going to...
Yeah, and they're going to have a fucking AI run.
Yeah, they're going to put fucking chips in them.
They can't even get a DUI if he dreamt to. He's going to be a Neuralink cyborg. He's going to run Amazon chicken.
Yeah, you try to order one package of chicken from Amazon, you end up ordering a fucking thing. It comes every month.
Where's the personal touch? I want to see who is going to wake up in my wife's bed in the morning. Yeah. And I think that's not too much to ask for.
No, I mean, apparently in this day and age it is.
So if you're a young person and you're watching this, don't make a fucking PowerPoint.
Fuck the PowerPoint.
Tonight. Go out and get a
Jersey
DUI.
Shore.
Yeah, go to the Jersey Shore. Drive your car into a curb.
Yeah, pilfer some booze.
You got one life.
Right. Live it.
That's
what we say on the Echo Chamber podcast.
That's right. Well, that's been the pod.
That about wraps it up for this episode.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Share, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I found a great new pod. These people, they read stories I never would have heard about.
Right.
And they're interesting and they make it funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a way to get some news. Why not? Why not Echo Chamber? Why can't we have 200 million subscribers? Like Amazon.
Exactly, yeah.
We're stuck at 8 million.
Like stupid bullshit.
Why
Walmart
can't we
Plus.
grow?
Well, that's about it. That's the show. As always, this is Trent Mabry signing off.
This is Joe Nunnink signing out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.